Clockwork Island. It was quite a popular tourist attraction some years ago. Faraday's inventions have changed the world, but all he really wanted was to make people happy.
Why was he locked up?
Nobody really knows. Your brother said he was a danger to mankind. As for Faraday himself, all he would ever say is that he'd rather die than betray his creations. I used to queue up for hours when I was a child in Bowerstone, just to get a glimpse of his contraptions. I still remember the slogan, Faraday Industries, where faraway dreams become reality. Well, those dreams certainly look far away now. I wonder what this was supposed to be.
Welcome, visitors, to Clockwork Island. I am Huxley, and I will be your guide. Please refrain from using obscene language in front of the children. Now, if you will follow me, we will begin the tour. Keep your belongings with you at all times, and try not to stray from the group.
I suppose we should do what he says.
We begin with what is yet to come. Astonish your senses, give flight to your fancy by stepping into the street of the future.
I'm starting to wish I'd paid this place a visit while it was still open.
Before you is an everyday Bowerstone suburb, as it will be 15 years from now. Yes, the future is in our grasp. Please walk among the citizens of tomorrow. Share in their joy, marvel at their superior well-being. In the world of tomorrow, there is no conflict, no jealousy, no selfishness. Thanks to science, people are finally happy. Witness the idyllic lives of these model citizens. Marvel at the perfect lives they lead. Would you not want to raise a family here? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening. This is the future that Faraday Industries can bring to Albion. Peace and contentment for all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, good evening, good evening, good morning, good evening, good evening, good morning, good morning. This concludes the tour. We hope all your dreams have been fulfilled.
I know who you are, and I know why you're here. You will never get what you want. Now,
It's Faraday.
I'm ready for you, Your Majesty. I am most ready. And if it is violence you seek, then violence you shall have.
This is a security announcement to all our guests here today. Please take cover. The management accepts no responsibility for any mutilations, fatalities, or slight grazes. And now, presenting the latest in armed defense mechanisms, a round of applause for the Colin Mark II.
going well. We've only been here a few minutes and we're already fighting for our lives.
Fresh milk delivered every morning. I wonder when...
Looks like the street of the future is going to be a dangerous place to live. I'm starting to see why your brother locked Faraday up. Come on, let's find him, shall we?
I have already told you, this unit has closed its guide function and can no longer communicate. The park is closed. Please leave.
I think there might be a way through here. How come this isn't part of the tour? Welcome to the graveyard of the future. Look at this place. Even the wall is falling to pieces. There's some sort of canal down there. Ready when you are, Your Majesty. I'm rather curious to see what lies behind the futuristic veneer, aren't you? Shall we continue, Your Majesty? I don't think we'll find a tour guide where we're going next.
The park has been open for a whole month now, and I can say without reservations that it is an extraordinary success. The public adores my creations, and as I predicted, the street of the future is proving to be my greatest draw. Tomorrow I travel to Miss Peak, where I will oversee the maiden voyage of the improved monorail. I think this design is the safest yet.
I think we can safely say this isn't part of the tour. What are those? Insects?
I have instructed my cleaning and repair crew to clear the canal of detritus. Now go away.
Faraday's built himself quite a fortress, hasn't he? Can you imagine what would happen if these insects got loose in Albion? Careful, Your Majesty. They're far more dangerous than real beetles. We're getting close. Faraday must be in that factory up ahead.
Why can't you leave me alone? I will never do as you ask. Do you hear me? Never!
What's he talking about?
I'm not sure. Maybe he's finally lost what little reason he had left.
Rulers may believe they can impose their will whenever they so wish. I will force to make dreams come alive, not to create death. You have already seen the weapons your brother forced me to make, but they shall never leave this island, and neither shall I.
So that's why your brother had him locked up. He refused to build him an army. And he thinks that's what you've come here for.
You are so clever and so happy. We could do this forever and ever.
Must I turn more of my creations into monstrosities? Leave us in peace!
I have a feeling these dogs aren't here to play catch with us. Bombs. Why am I not surprised? I was always more of a cat person myself. You need to kill them from a distance. Faraday must be really desperate if he's willing to destroy his creations to stop us. Don't let them get too close to you. I was always more of a cat person myself. You need to kill them from a distance. Faraday must be really desperate if he's willing to destroy his creations to stop us. I was always more of a cat person myself. I've had just about enough of this. Whatever he believes, he's too dangerous to be left out here. We need to find him, now. Another dead end. There must be some way through.
Look how you corrupted my life's work! Haven't you seen enough? Perhaps you need more
Think of what
evidence.
your brother would have done if he'd had an army of automatons at his command.
In the future, punishment is meted out swiftly and painfully. You are a root character of Furious Heresies.
many more of these things are there? They're relentless. I think there's a way through the roof. Come on.
Incredible news. I have received word that King Logan himself is planning to visit the island. He wishes to speak with me in person. No doubt to congratulate me on all the advances I have made, and on transforming Bowerstone slums into a happy and productive place. I shall have to record a special welcome message for Huxley.
You've taken my work. You've taken years of my life. But you cannot take my soul. No, that is out of reach even to Albion's ruler. I will encase it in metal, and I will crush you with it.
It is time we separated your head from your shoulders. Of dust, and I am a better duster. I shall unleash the wrath of Faraday Industries upon your puny head. Do not be alarmed. I am a licensed dental surgeon. Now, open your mouth.
I'm really getting sick of these walking boxes. Stop them! I've fought a lot of strange things in my time, but today has to be the strangest. Let's hope that's the last of them. This is it. The last factory. He has to be here somewhere. What if it was all just recorded messages? He's been playing with us.
Is this the perfect soldier you wanted, Your Majesty? Well, you shall never have it. I designed this suit to be the most powerful weapon that has ever existed. Allow me to demonstrate. My creations will never desert me. Why won't you leave an old man alone? Leave me alone!
Bow down before me,
Help!
you obnoxious sack of fluids. You have been warned before. Littering is a killable offense.
Well then, I'm ready. Your brother destroyed everything I cared for. You may as well kill me.
We should take him back to the keep. We can take care of his wounds there. He's just a poor old man. Let's take him back, patch him up.
Nobody betrays the crown and gets away with it.
I'll have my men clear out this cell. Faraday won't be needing it anymore. I'll check on Hobson's progress in finding our other missing prisoners. I'll see you in the records room when you're ready.
Ah, my king. I have eagerly awaited your return. I have made an extraordinary discovery.
Just tell him what my men found out, Hobson.
Why, it was a wholly collaborative effort. Without my supervision, who knows when...
Just tell me.
Of course, indeed. As you know, the second prisoner is the alchemist and alleged witch, Mary Godwin. A rather foul and malevolent woman, by all accounts. We have uncovered files on experiments so grotesque, I don't mind admitting I lost part of my supper while reading them.
Get to the point, Hobson.
Yes. Well, it seems that before she turned to foul necromancy, she came from a well-to-do family. We believe she may be hiding out at her grandfather's long-abandoned and rather opulent estate.
I have the coordinates. I'll wait for you at the pier. The sooner we capture this woman, the better.
And I shall continue leading the investigation into General Turner. There really seems to be so little information on the man. It's as if he had taken his records with him.
A little something new.
I am a troubled man today. King Logan presented me with a most unexpected request. He wishes me to adapt my creations and build an army. He assures me it is required to defend Albion, but I have serious misgivings. My creations are meant for peace and the betterment of mankind. I will begin making changes to them, but I will not activate a single one unless I have assurances as to their ultimate use.
Welcome to the Sanctuary.
I don't mind admitting I'm rather looking forward to more action. Too many years sitting at a desk.
I know exactly how you feel.
Shall we go then? The estate has been abandoned for years, but there are definite signs of life here. I think we found Mary Godwin's hiding place, all right. This place represents everything General Turner despises. Old money, aristocracy, nepotism. You may find when you meet him that you have something in common. You're both revolutionaries.
Then why does he want me dead?
You stopped being a rebel. You became king.
Your new garments are ready should you want them. The armory is at your disposal.
The Godwins had curious notions about art. No wonder Witchcraft Mary turned out the way she did. She probably grew up looking at these things. I almost feel like they're watching me. The sooner we get off this island. What a surprise. They're alive. Godwin's kept some sort of zoo, but who keeps Balverines? I never really believed those rumors about this estate housing the world's largest menagerie. If the Godwins were mad enough to keep Balverines, who knows what else we'll find here. There's the main house. Come on. Witchcraft Mary has to be somewhere in this demented zoo. I'd heard her experiments involved electrical currents. They make good deterrents, too. We could use something like this at the keep. Let's go. There must be a way around them. It looks more and more like Mary swapped one prison for another. Except she's in charge of this one. Someone's definitely been digging up corpses, though. But I'm guessing this has something to do with it. These are like no hollow men I've ever seen. They're much more ancient. They're trying to stay out of the light. It's true, then. Mary has been playing with dark magics. What is she thinking, creating hollow men? It's against nature. It's obscene. General Turner can't be planning to create an army out of Balverines and hollow men. It's just too preposterous. We should collect all her research papers. She may belong in a cell, but this is science the world has never seen the likes of before. Doesn't look like we're getting around these gates. There must be some way of cutting the power to them. I think I can shut this down. It's not too different to the generator in the keep's torture chamber. Oh, great. Get ready for some company. Keep those things away from me. These circuits are unlike anything I've seen before. Trained them to protect the generator. That should do the trick. The generator was quite crude. Nothing like Faraday's technology. What's remarkable is how she's managed to get Hollow Men and Balverines to fight side by side. I've never heard of such a thing happening before. If someone combined that knowledge with Faraday's machines, who knows what they could accomplish? Well, we can either try to wade through the rubble, or we can find another way in. Such as that cave over there. It seems more like Witchcraft Mary's style, anyway. Let's hope she keeps her pets out of the house. This was probably one of the best stocked cellars in Albion once. Smells like most of it turned to vinegar. It didn't stop someone from emptying these bottles, though. Do you hear that? Come on. Hobs. I was wondering when we'd come across them. It just isn't a proper zoo without hobs. We should leave them sleeping. The noise might alert Godwin. We should step lightly, though I doubt any noise on Earth could wake them.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Each time
Is
you
that
kiss
dead
my
fish
gills,
talking?
it gives me fishy chills. And when you touch my scales, my little fishy heart
I'm beginning to believe
fails.
Witchcraft Mary sees these...
But baby, don't you treat me rough. Can't you see I'm already stuffed? And tell me that your love is earnest, or you're as bad as a taxidermist.
I'd rather be stuck in a cell than live in this madhouse. At least the fish has shut up. Is there nothing normal on this island? Come on, let's go before it starts singing again. Just when you think it can't get any worse. An indoor graveyard. At least there's only one wisp. We should be safe.
My return to the estate has brought me life again. I can finally continue the work I was forced to abandon. I owe my freedom to one man,
Is even possible?
a soldier who understands me like no other human has ever understood me. He has taken a great interest in my research and has promised great changes to come.
We have to put an end to this.
We can bring purification to the whole of Albion.
I'm not sure how many more of these encounters I can take. More hobs. What the hell is wrong with them? This is beyond... As if regular hobs weren't bad enough. What are all these hellish experiments for? General Turner has got a lot to answer for. We wouldn't be in this mess if he hadn't won Witchcraft Mary over. Not that I'm surprised. You haven't met him, but believe me, he's the most charismatic, most persuasive man you'll ever meet. We must be getting close to her. Whatever she's been doing with these creatures, we're gonna find out soon. Better get your weapon ready. I'm noticing a pattern here. We walk in, things try to kill us. Told you. are those vats? None of these creatures were meant to be. I'm not sure how much more of this place I can take. Can you hear that? It must be her. Come on.
Not this form again. Please don't let me live this way. Kill me, I beg you.
She doesn't know what she's saying. We should take her back to the keep. She needs special care.
I'll put this abomination out of its misery.
Perhaps she's better off dead. She could never truly become what she wanted to be. We still need to find General Turner. I'll meet you in the records room. Perhaps Hobson and my men have uncovered his location.
Or a couple less to look after. Something to think about.
What happened?
It was Turner. He's been here all along. He never left the island.
Where's Hobson?
He took him. Turner's been playing with us, playing with you. This is what he wanted all along, to lure you into a trap. He's been using hidden passages behind the walls. He's somewhere in the prison. I don't care what happens to Hobson, but we have to find Turner. He left through here. I know it's a trap, but I'm not sure Turner realizes who he's dealing with. He hasn't seen you fight like I have. We should be careful. He must have something prepared for us.
I have begun the process of revolution in the quietest way possible. Talking to those I trust most, engaging the mood of the troops. It is clear that when the time comes, many among our ranks will join me in an uprising. We have all seen the ever-deepening chasm in our society, and the way our people have been oppressed by the king. Even worse, we have all at one time or another been the instrument of that oppression. Change is coming to Albion. It is inevitable.
This is the pit. If he's hiding with all these lunatics...
Stabbed. Dead. Time of death, 6 o'clock. No change in condition noted since that hour. Probable cause of death, massive head trauma, or a virus.
Condition worsening, and it is possible there is internal hemorrhaging. This depends primarily on what's going on inside the patient's body and what hemorrhaging is. Patient shows no signs of consciousness, except when awake. Pupils continue to appear dilated. Patient is fine, but I should really get my eyes checked out. I could have something serious. Patient's complexion is still very pale. Recommendation is to continue administering leeches at regular intervals. Looks decent for having been hit on the head.
Prognosis not good. Will definitely live. And I'd prefer it was otherwise, for personal reasons.
Condition worsening, and it is possible there is internal hemorrhaging. This depends primarily on what's going on inside the patient's body and what hemorrhaging is.
Set them free. The bastard set them free! At least they're out of their misery now.
You're hurt.
I'll be all right. I'm no hero, though.
Stay here. I can deal with Turner alone.
I'm sure you can. You have powers the rest of us can only dream of. There might be more coming. Go. I'll hold them off while I can.
It's all right, Hobson.
There was no third prisoner. It was all him.
Shh.
It's time for your treatment, Your Majesty. You're awake, Your Majesty. Good. I was afraid I might have set too high a charge. But then, you have powers the rest of us can only dream of. Hobson was mistaken. There was a third prisoner. General Turner, the finest soldier I ever served under, the finest man I ever knew, died 6 months ago. I couldn't save his life, but I wasn't going to let everything he believed in die with him. You see, it's time for a true revolution. And how does one bring down a king? How does one bring down a hero? By becoming one. Forgive me, Your Majesty. It worked. To the end of kings and queens.
All hail the King of Albion. Do you see now who the real enemy is? I am you. And only one of us can live. Leave my dog alone. know how many people I've seen die for someone else's cause? How much blood I've seen spilled in the name of the crown? And how many have wasted away in prisons like this one just for speaking their minds? You call yourself a revolutionary, you have changed. We swapped one ruler for another. What gives you the right to dictate our lives? Your hero plan. Do you think it makes you better than us? Well, now it's my blood to win. Witchcraft Mary may have been insane, but her work was inspired. I studied for years, but she didn't know how to use that knowledge. Why become a filthy beast when you can become a god? General Turner wanted a military coup, but I had a better idea. I will simply take your place. I've seen how you behave. I've seen how you fight, how you make decisions. I know how to be. And as King of Albion, I will end the crown forever. I watched Turner rot in his cell, too sick to save. I took care of him as best I could. And I learned the truth about our supposedly glorious Albion. Two identical heroes can't overcome each other. We would be locked in battle forever, always evenly matched. I made sure the prisoners on this floor did some of my work. Now I'm stronger. I watched you use these powers time and again. But to feel them coursing through me, it's incredible. Mary Godwin was a sick woman to be pitied. You slaughtered her as if she were a beast. Is that how you treat your kingdom? A soldier must do what is necessary to protect his nation. When I sit on the throne of Albion, I will reverse every bad decision you ever made. And then I will free the people from the rule of the crown. It's a pity you won't see such a glorious day. The people of Albion will rule themselves, and the army will be there to protect them. Another revolution has failed. Perhaps it's as it should be. I don't know that I could ever have given up such power. Just remember this, King. Albion doesn't need you to sit on its throne. One day the people will claim their freedom.
That was quite an extraordinary and most unpleasant turn of events, if you don't mind me saying so. I never did trust Commander Milton, of course, but to attempt a coup by taking your place, why, it's diabolical. His death should serve as an example to all. And to think he was loyal to a traitor like General Turner. We should be thankful the General was a rather sick man when he was imprisoned, or Milton might have let him walk free. General Turner's papers were removed from this room, but you may still be able to find them somewhere on the island.
Yay!
The Sanctuary shop
You know much about riots, Your Majesty? Lots of things can set them off, but one thing in particular is overcrowding. You stick too many bodies in a limited amount of space, they get angry and violent. You know much about riots, Your Majesty? Lots of things can set them off, but one thing in particular is overcrowding. You stick too many bodies in a limited amount of space, they get angry and violent. Makes sense? And until recently I thought it was limited to prisons, but it turns out it applies to cemeteries as well. You see, quite a few inmates were killed when you retook the prison, so we set about digging graves for them. But there's a lot of dead in that cemetery already, and they didn't want new neighbours. So now, instead of putting bodies in graves, we've got them popping out. Just like with a riot, we tried to restore order. But I lost 2 men in the process. That's 2 more to bury, and I'll never make the numbers work at that rate. You think you could have a go? Thank you, Your Majesty. Well, that's just fantastic, Your Majesty. Now you've put down the rebellion, we can bury these bodies, and they will finally rest. If they know what's good for them.
Sail the ocean. There's no better way to travel.
Hello, and welcome to Clockwork Island, where a wonderful vision of the future awaits you. I am sorry, I really must amend my greeting. I regret to inform you that normal visits are suspended due to the higher than usual risk of death. Professor Faraday's creations are currently stuck in murderous mode. I, however, pose no threat. The Huxley model is programmed for non-violent interaction only, and since I am the only model currently in existence, I have no one to interact with. This has activated my loneliness mode. With the right components, I could construct a new companion for myself, but my programming requires me to remain here unless escorting visitors. Perhaps you could obtain these items for me, while pacifying the less tourist-friendly models in the process. I calculate your chances of success at well over 50%, and your chances of survival are only slightly lower. How very gracious of you. Please return the materials to me as soon as possible. I am a social robot, and having no one to talk with is causing me agony and rust. Why the Professor programmed me to be able to experience agony is beyond my ability to comprehend. He is a great man.
After years of imprisonment, I have finally returned to my beloved island. I thought I would never see it again. My industries may have been handed over to that unscrupulous villain Reaver, and my name may have been struck from all official records, but at least I am with my creations once again. If Logan or whoever sits on the throne now still wishes to take them, they will find me prepared.
Ah, hello. The armory is at your disposal. Hammers cause massive damage, always a boon in combat.